With this video, we will be doing an easy meal interview, and if you want to help this channel and the content we're creating, please help support our merchandise. The link is in the description. And if you didn't hit that like button, make sure you hit the like button. We're trying to get the channel to grow, and the only way we're going to do this if you like, share, and comment on the content. So without further ado, let's get into this easy meal interview. Let's go! Chi, get the yayo.
Get the yayo.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This Easy Mill, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
I feel like 6'9", man. Justin Bieber, BTS.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Rob here
Okay, you
from
got the
Live
heavy hitters.
Entertainment. Finally hanging out with Easy Mail, and congratulations!
Yeah.
What a week!
Thanks, man.
And you know,
Yeah.
it's crazy because I know for you this has been like top secret for some time. So the fact that you've had to hold this secret for a long time, like that must have driven you crazy. How did you?
Crazy
you
is an
keep it all
understatement.
together?
Bro, like if I say like, I'm not gonna lie, like doing some more reps in the workout like kind of helped out a little bit, cause just like, you know, in itself, like the thought, like, you know, like it's running through my mind, like my mind's just racing
Yeah.
with like the information, right? So I just let it all out in some workout. So I guess it helped me a little bit. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, it's
And that's cool. Like when you going through some stuff, lifting weights do help out when you put the stress into the weight. So whenever
Yes,
you're
it
going through
does.
the tension into the weights, and so shouts out to him because that is a
Yes, it
good
does.
remedy.
I can definitely attest to that. It
Right.
helps. It
Yeah.
helps. But the thing that I appreciate about what he's saying is, like, before he even stepped into the whole realm of, like, do you know what you about to take on?
Mhm.
He stepped into the realm of, I'm about to put this pressure on your shoulder. I'm going to tell you this, but don't say nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he got hit with pressure before he got hit with pressure.
Facts.
It's crazy because for me, my first experience with you was Till You're Dead, and
Oh,
that
for
was
real?
that was like a moment where I was like, "Where did this kid come from?
Yo,
Who
that's-
is this person? Like, I need to
Right.
figure him out." And then on there, like the intro alone, it's like Eminem's evil twin, and then here we are today, Eminem's label, big signing, collaborations, big things
Big
happening.
signing.
You called it early on, like. You know,
You don't
take
know?
me into that
Crazy, right?
kind of process of Till You're Dead to now, like that kind of
Ooh.
evolution. Because
Man, you've
done a lot.
You bringing back some memories with that one, because like I would say that's the height of like identity crisis. Me, it's like even how I was
Yeah.
trying to sound on the beat, but that's
Trying to
why
find
it's
yourself.
thanks to Eminem, because like trying to copy his voice, like, you know, rapping, like equipped me with like the skill to go throughout these years, and like how I've been writing rhymes. And so yeah, man, that in itself, cause like I basically just been
I like how he didn't try to hold you and just be like, he was an inspiration. He literally told you, like, there, with his own words, there was a point where
Who's copying?
I was copying,
Yeah.
like I was taking rhythmic patterns without saying it, just
Right.
knowing and understanding, like, you know what I'm saying, and it was enabled him to put his own voice in there.
Yeah.
That's why it makes sense now. Like, even you've said it before. I heard this guy say it
Yeah.
several times. It sounded like an evil twin, like if M had a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense now. And
You could
then-
tell, like, if you know M, you
Yeah.
could tell, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we came up on M, so I heard all M early stuff, every song,
the
every
dark writing
album.
style with clarity.
Yeah, so I know M real well, so when you hear it,
Yeah, and them vivid pictures.
yeah, it's like M's the only one that can do words the way he does them and
Mm-hmm.
put them together the way he puts them together. It's a real unique style.
Yeah.
It's hard to duplicate, so someone's kind of,
It just jumps off at you.
yeah, facts.
like, you know, all in Shady Gang since a youngin', you know, but not necessarily knowing the ins and outs.
Yeah.
So I had to go through ways, like, you know, how to in the industry, like to go out by myself to look for people to work with.
Right.
And just throughout those times, you know, like I kind of like some of the records that Shady, M, and everybody like in his team, like listening to them,
yeah,
like, you know, kind of it gave me like the empowerment, hip hop,
Yeah, for sure.
just to keep on going for it.
Yeah,
sure.
and I love that you mentioned the identity crisis because, listening to that track and then listening to the stuff afterwards, it was like you gave us a mixture of every genre. So to me, I mean, nowadays I feel like when artists do that, it's because they're trying to figure out who they are, what their kind of style is. But you've been like true to yourself from the beginning. Like if you want to do rock, you do rock. If you want to be cheesy and do something acoustic, like you do it. If you want to go hard and do some rap, you do it. So like,
it's like we heard about the other different sides of Easy, but we didn't get a chance to hear them yet. Like I heard about the rock and roll, I heard about R&B. So
I haven't heard about the acoustic yet, so that's a dope
So I mean, I
chance
heard
to
he got different
expand.
styles. So it's just let us know we still got a lot more Easy
Yeah.
to dive into, which is a good
That's
problem
a
to
good
have.
thing, especially for artists. Yeah, I got
facts.
more material.
Yeah, I got a lot of content out there.
Yeah.
Superly Real to me was like one of like those tracks that I was like, I come from the rock world, the punk world.
Yeah.
And so you doing that, you screaming the way that you did, like, I don't know if that guitar was you as well, but like, I was like, what? This can't be the same dude, like, that dropped this last track. So, let's dive in and talk about that track and like,
That's like rock star shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
like going into it, like, you come from these hard bars and then now you jump into this like hard rock world.
I for sure. Yeah. So, what you want to know? What you want to know?
Just like, was that like a
What you wanted to know.
natural thing for you, like creating that track? Was that something that you were actively like,
wanted to
trying to
know.
do?
Funny you dive into that because I made that song while I was in Medho in the Air Force.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, I was just trying to find some things.
You say he was in the Air Force?
Yes, he said. That's why I said, heard, understand, acknowledge. Like, you know what I mean? That's dope. He was in med hold, so he was down for a minute. He was sick.
Okay. But
Or hurt, something.
To do, like to make up with my time because we had already finished cleaning details. Like I had handled like my guys already finished cleaning the latrine, and we was just out on the pad. And some of them were just like all clicked up like on the table, but I kind of just sometimes I would have this like my own spews of time where I would just go off by myself into the other side of the pad, and I would bring out my pad out, and then I'd just be scrabbling like writing. And then I kind of figured out like the lyrics to it. Like it was just like the lyrics first.
Yeah.
It was just not even no guitar, no instruments, nothing. It was just the lyrics, and I was kind of like penning down sequencing. I was gonna go about like the structure of the song. Can you entertain me? Just maybe like even that part, like how that like
Oh, snap.
keeps going out. That was I came up with that first because I made sure like the bridge was something that people could like.
Hey,
It just
bop
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the guy had that bop
Some
to
days,
like.
in high school as well, like listening to Winger and some Guitar Hero songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of just that feeling.
It's cool because it really felt like you were trying to escape like emotions, feelings, whatever it is that you were going through. Like I felt it with those screams that you had.
I can relate.
How did you learn to scream the way that you? Because I kid you not, if your name was not on there.
Now I want to hear the song he talking about that
Yeah.
he's screaming on, so I can
Yeah.
understand exactly what they're talking about where they're going with this.
And the way he said pad and cleaning detail, that sound like basic training to me. That sound like Lackland. So that's why I'm like, yo, I can relate. Because I
Bringing
hear
back
the
memories.
language you talking. Yes.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised. There's a lot of musical people. In my flight when I was there, it was a brother who was singing. He done sung with Beyonce and everything else. Like
Wow.
real it's a lot of talent you find when you got them lonely nights, bro.
Yeah. It's a melting pot of talent.
Yeah.
And that was on the radio, I would have thought it was like a really big known rock band, like.
Hey, thanks.
So
man.
that's the thing that I was just like, this guy like does no
He
harm.
just cheesing.
Wait. What was the question?
Your screams, your
Wow.
vocalization.
Oh.
How did you figure that out and learn how to do it? Because that
You
takes
got me
technique.
just laughing like, yo,
That
this is
was
a funny interview.
in college, like right when I dropped out.
Mhm.
Yep, right when I dropped out of
Right
college.
when I dropped out.
And I was living in my grandma's house, and I was trying to figure out how to do music, like only when I would be at home, cause out in the streets with friends and whatnot, like we do whatever,
Yeah.
skate, and then
Look at his face.
when I get home, I
Like,
would
what was
figure
that?
out some way,
Yeah.
somehow to let like all of the I don't know negative feelings inside me kind of out,
Mhm.
cause being in the
Shit,
Philippines.
we didn't get an easy meal interview,
Just
man.
drop
They need
it
to stop
in.
playing.
Yeah.
Let us get a free
So,
interview.
Yeah.
Some
Real
respect
talk.
on
The
it.
screams was for me was actually really difficult because I was already trying to emulate like my artists that were my favorite at the time, like Infant Annihilator, Dying Fetus, which was all like exhale vocals.
That was like super intense. Yeah.
Yeah, exhale vocals. So it was hard to even get the. At first, I just sounded like that. But I kept trying it. Like every time I get home, no matter how awkward I thought I sounded, I just kept at it until like.
Crazy.
Like a wolf or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, it sounded like just supernatural. It didn't sound like you were trying. Like you've been doing.
It really is that easy and that simple. Practice makes perfect. Or you gotta just keep working at something, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, it's gonna come to you.
He was like, I didn't even care how the way I sounded. I know the way I want it to sound. I'm gonna keep going at it until I sound that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to him. It be the simple stuff. Like,
So, it's just crazy, just because like you really, from the beginning, you've been giving us so many different dynamics. We're gonna dive in into another track, Come Through, which I really like, because you gave me this like Lin Miranda kind of vibes with it. Like I felt like I can see this.
I don't know who that is, but props.
You will eventually know who that is, but like I feel like I felt like I was in a musical, in a play with that song, just because the way, like, even when like halfway through it's like, yo, Easy's not here, like, and I was just like, this feels so like a stage, like a play, like that was dope. Like, do you think about this stuff when you create your music, or you just let the pen just kind of lead, and like wherever your mind goes, that's what you create?
Like,
great question.
Like musical stuff wasn't necessarily like you know, a heavy thought going into making my music.
Yeah.
I definitely see why people would, like y'all would say that, because in my life I would say like just fast forwarding like how musicals have probably been in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've just been like through movies.
Yeah.
Definitely 100%. So some movies that would like really affect me that had like musical parts in them, so probably that kind of like also played
Blended
part in
in,
it.
yeah.
So like how it bled out in terms of how some songs would be placed here, there. Like that's, I didn't even know it was like a theater thing when I titled my first album Act One.
Yeah. And
I
it felt
didn't even
felt
know.
appropriate. Yeah.
I didn't even know it was like a theater thing, so that was cool. It's like later down the line.
I didn't even know.
I don't know, some way, some form, like hip hop evolved into this space where, like, you know, like the theaters, like Hamilton.
Yeah.
What the
So
hell?
that's Lin-Manuel Miranda. He created Hamilton.
Oh, that's him. Oh my God, that's his name. That's his name. Oh, shout out to you, bro.
You learn something new every day.
That was
Knew of the
crazy,
guy he didn't
man.
know of.
Hamilton
Yeah.
is like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Easy,
that's
funny.
hip hop in theater.
In theater form,
there,
Yeah. And that's the same vision and feeling that I got when I listened to Come Through. And that's why I
Thanks,
was
bro.
like, whoa, wait
Thanks,
a minute.
bro.
Like,
That's
what is going on right now? So
Now they connected. He was trying to connect,
Yeah.
and he was connecting and didn't know he was connected
Right.
until he cleared it up, and it was like, oh, we talking about the same thing.
Right.
And now he's like, oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate the compliment.
Yeah. And it's like good to see that when artists are brand new and the compliments still get to them. Like he's almost blushing every time he get a compliment. So he's gonna be used to it because he's gonna hear so many compliments. But you could tell it's just still new to him. Like, you really like my music? Oh, you really thought that was dope? You know what I'm saying?
Like
So
a real appreciation for it.
Yeah, it's good to see this.
yeah. And that's the same vision and feeling that I got when I listened to Come Through. And that's why I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
See what I mean?
That's
What is going on right now? So, in saying all that whole genre bending that you keep doing and
Gotta love to see that.
annihilating, because you're like doing an amazing job with it. Here comes M and here comes Dr. Dre. They sign you to, like, I feel like 50 is the only other person that the two of them have been really like working together with, right? Like,
Facts.
and it's been some time. Like, they don't step out for just anybody.
Facts.
So the fact that they're doing that, and it's
Big
like
facts.
breaking boundaries.
Yeah, that's really big facts.
I don't remember Dre really striking out too much. You know what I'm saying? He put his hands on it. It's gonna do something. So
Yeah,
shouts out to Easy.
none of them that really signed, like whether you look at that tree, or you look at Dre to M to Fifth to Game,
Yeah.
all of their albums was like blah 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 blah. Like
Platinum.
everybody, especially the first album.
You know Dre got the Midas touch. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
the
saying?
Midas touch is real.
Yeah.
confused, man. It's like it's a Filipino artist. You're rapping in Tagalog and in English. Like you're not just doing fully rap. Like you have some acoustic songs in here, a little bit of everything, and it's like it doesn't sound like something that they would easily be like, you know what, I'm gonna sign this artist.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
talk to me about that. Like, did you guys talk about this like? When that conversation first happened, like, did you guys talk about like that kind of genre blending that
That's
you continue
another
to do?
good
Like,
question.
It was just
You lined them up.
It's like, yeah, are you gonna have creative process of your work, or are they gonna Jermaine Dupri you and just have everything laid out for you, and you just go in there and do what you gotta do?
Both methods are effective, and they're both dope methods. But that is a great question. Like, which way do you see going about this, or does you seeing going about it even matter at this point? Like,
Yeah, because I don't know if you know, but what Dr. Dre do is he had the artist lay the vocals first, then he go build the beat behind the vocals.
yeah.
So you feel what I'm saying?
So it sound like a puzzle piece that just came together.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying about him. Are they just gonna have him there spitting and then Dre build the beat, or are they gonna let him keep doing what he was doing, making the beats? That's why I said that was a good question.
That's the
You feel what
beautiful
I'm saying?
thing about the lab.
Are
though.
they still gonna let you do the R&B stuff? Are they still gonna let you rap Filipino now that they got you and they trying to put you in front of American artists? Are they still gonna let you blend it, or they gonna, like, that's all questions I had too. So those are great questions.
I would believe they're gonna let him do all of it.
You feel what I'm saying?
And just kind of keep it in a certain parameter, because the best thing you get from an artist is when you give them freedom.
Right. But how many artists really got freedom out here? Like
Exactly.
that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But how many artists catch people of that nature and magnitude's eye to be like,
Right.
you know what?
Yeah.
Stop what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't even have to do this anymore.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to. I could just walk champions out to the ring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Dre, I could just chill.
Mm-hmm.
But now, we're going to deal with you.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It had to be something worth saying. We don't really want to mess with
Yeah,
that too much.
that's why I want the first song they did together, Easy, Realist, that he did with Eminem. The first thing I said is, oh, he still sound like Easy. It sound like an Easy beat, sound like Easy on here. I'm like, they didn't try to change him up, because, you know, when people get you,
Right.
they try to.
And then that's when we heard, even in the comments, that beat was actually something that he created.
Yeah, it was an old song.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's even more dope.
Yeah.
So they just showed you this is how simple it can be.
Yeah, and he said, Dre heard it and said, yo, I'm gonna tear that beat up, and he did.
And he did.
He
did.
Dre knew what he was due to, and he
Hey, man,
did
the
exactly
lab,
that.
you know what I mean? Like, if people don't know nothing about nothing, they know lab work is Dr. Dre.
That's his place, second home.
Straight up.
Maybe it's
Maybe
first.
it's first.
Facts.
I think that, like, what you're saying right now, I feel very honored to be able to get praise from them for, like, that aspect in itself, because they also did mention it in that way too, like, oh yeah, you sing, you do all this, and I even showed Rapture, my song, Rapture to both of them, and M was like, oh, that sounds like a nightmare.
He sounds just like him too. Like, you could actually hear him saying that.
So that one went out. That one was not
I just
allowed.
remember that moment, bro. I said to God, like,
He was like, I don't know.
It was just, it's amazing to, like, that they recognized, like, I don't know what I am, but I just do what I feel like is right at the current moment.
Yeah.
As you should.
And I guess, like, I'm gonna score my emotions through the genres, I guess.
Yeah. And I love that you're
Makes
still
sense.
being true to yourself. Like, I feel like it's hard. Like, you know, artists get signed and they have to change their ways, or they have to be.
I was just saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
What's going to happen?
We
We're
all-
going to see you unfurl, or, you know what I'm saying, or is you stagnant, or
we all have the same concerns, the same questions, because we know how this
we've
goes.
seen it time and time again.
Facts.
But you know what? At the same time, there are moments where those things turn out to be grandioso and like, wow, I'm glad it happened.
Right.
And then there are moments where it's like,
If anybody was to have control over Easy, you would want it to be Dre and M.
exactly.
More pop friendly or radio friendly,
Or
and
even, like,
whatnot.
hone into
So-
one, like,
Dog.
Oh, the
Seven
dog
Dog.
just came out the wolf.
yeah, I feel like that's whack.
You want some
In sense of,
camera
like,
time.
going to have to be like one thing.
Yeah.
And then
That's
focus
a pretty
on
dog.
that for like the
Yeah,
rest
beautiful
of
eyes.
the project. I mean, I get it. Like, probably like my resonances would be the same, but even though it's the only thing you can say about it is acoustic. But
Yeah.
if you're trying to pinpoint it to one genre, you whack.
That's exactly
Straight
what it
like
is.
that.
And you know, talking about realist is like that debut that you had with M on the
Come on,
track,
boy.
dude.
Bow. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, he sprayed him with the.
Like,
yeah, I mean.
Let's go into that studio session, and like, I know you presented
Forgot
that
him.
to them. Like you already had that with you when you presented
Yeah.
it to them. But like that process of you putting in your lyrics and M putting in his lyrics, like what was that vibe like in the studio? Like how was that collaboration?
It was
Crazy.
just mad, like, energetic, you feel me? Because it wasn't, the majority of it wouldn't even happen if it wasn't for, like, them liking the beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so
Yeah.
I just showed it to them with, like, the first verse and the hook. That was all that was on it. And they vibe with it, bro, because I was just spilling some, like, feelings
Right.
in terms of, like, talking to someone. You know what I'm saying? Not naming no names. But then when they heard that, like, they felt like, you know, there's animosity. Because, like, I didn't know what was going on. Because, like, at that point in time, like, I was just working on songs, working on beats. That was one of them. And I was just, like, we was all focused on work. My girl was at work.
Girls at work.
So when it all happened, bro, it's like, I didn't even know, like, the who was, like, going against M's back on, like, some things with, like, what's going on in hip-hop right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's to who he addressed on the track.
Yeah.
So it just all, like, the precursor, like, what I was saying, I just felt like what people said, like, alley-oop.
Yeah. Alley
So
hoop.
that's dope.
Did it feel like just a natural kind of bounce between the two of you, or did you kind of have to learn his way? I doubt that you had to learn his ways because you've been a fan of his music for
Yeah,
so long. Like, I feel
that's-
like you knew that already.
That's not like learning. I wouldn't say I've mastered like in certain aspects of rapping, but I guess in that sense, I just did what I would do.
Right.
Like
So
a
you
lot
could
of the
do.
people said, I didn't try to copy or what Eminem would do.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad that people even if I did do what I did, people say, "Yo, he kind of sound like M still, but he's
M
him."
in Tagalog.
Yeah, for real. That's
So at least he acknowledged that, and I mean, I wasn't tripping when I said that. You feel what I'm saying? Because I thought that's what it kind of resembled, and I guess that's like, kind of his style a little bit.
Yeah, it really is. Cause what it really is like is he developed his style off the bass,
Yeah, of what M doing. Yeah,
but it's not him.
yeah, it's him.
Like they two different people.
Just the cadence,
Because even though he has the cadence and the style, he's rapping about
his stuff,
Philippine life.
and what he
Him
been
rapping
through.
about Detroit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you gonna catch different. You still gonna catch his dialect in the back a little bit, but that cadence is dope. And being able to pull off the articulation of the words and
The word patterns.
the word patterns and sequences the way that he does,
Yeah.
it's just mind-boggling.
Facts.
But it works out dope.
I come from a lot of studying,
Yeah, he had them earphones in.
studying,
he was going.
studying. Facts.
that's dope to me.
Yeah, that is dope, and I love the fact that like even though like now you have this big team with you, you still took part in the production process. Like you've been producing your stuff since the beginning. Like
I feel
And-
like that's where I could like state my claim on that a little bit, because I'm really like I put my claws out when it comes to the work.
Yeah.
You know?
Hands on.
Hey yo, like we'll fix this. It's like
I
I'm
believe
like
that. When you say,
I
"Hey, yo."
want to make sure I see
Yeah.
to the creation from beginning to.
It's like every time he do that, I can't do it. The girl or whatever.
I can't do that.
The
That's
guy,
his.
he be lost found it. Like what is he
'Cause
doing?
he-
We understand what
he
he's
got
doing.
it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he was saying how he just kept doing it,
Yeah.
So eventually it's like he sounded like a wolf.
Nah, but that's not what that was.
Hey yo, like we'll fix this. It's like I'm like that because I want to make sure I see
Oh, that
to
thing he be
the
doing.
creation,
I hear what
Yeah.
you're saying now.
From beginning to end. Cause
It's
I
like
feel
a
that's
fill in the
just
blank
what's been-
kind.
Yeah.
It's
feel
like,
like
some New York
space
shit.
filler or
Right
something.
now,
Da da
like,
da da.
I'm
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
I actually just got comfortable with people sending me beats.
wow.
Yeah.
You would think that you've been comfortable all your this whole time.
Yeah, cause like it was just a practice ground. Like I feel like back then, like using other people's beats to see what I could do, and
Right.
still that you could hear the identity crisis was there, like in my voice as to who I wanted to sound like or whatnot. And I just it took some time to be natural on like any given beat, no matter if it sounded like it would be whack to you or like, you know. You gotta figure out some way or form to make it sound like, you know, it's cool and it's laid back, chill, or like, you know, how we want to go at it, gangster or like or aggressive or whatnot. You gotta make it sound like you and the beat, you know, marinated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he's saying. Basically, he's just saying like when you're doing a song, you have to when you're doing a song, you basically have to. Every beat is different, so you got to find out how you want to go in a beat and still be yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because after a while, you just have a certain flow to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And you want to apply that same flow, that same personality to every beat. So I get exactly what he's talking about, and I like how he's breaking this down for people, artists that's on the come up to understand the struggle he went through to become who he is today.
Yeah, because like everybody can at least understand what it's like to prepare a meal. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's why I believe it's a great analogy because, like he said, it takes a little bit of everything. You have to
Facts.
salt your pepper, all types
All
of
that.
eggs, whatever, to make your cake.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And the end result is fly down.
Facts. That's that pressure.
The fact that you mentioned you're barely getting comfortable with people singing beats, like, how did you feel when M also co-produced this with you? Like, did you feel hesitant at first? Like, I
Hell
know
no.
it's M, but
No,
it's like,
no,
still, like, when you're in
Because
control,
like,
you're in
listen.
control.
Like the only other people I would look up to in terms of like song creation and like beat management when it comes to like verse creations and this hip hop shit, bro. It
Eminem.
would just be M.
Wow.
And like I would say Jay-Z even when it comes to like having like a little change on the beat, Hobson even,
Oh,
and
Hobson.
Tech Nine.
He's got
Tech Nine.
The rock, like some type of
Yeah.
style, like you know what I'm saying. So that like
I
The
didn't even know
fact
he
that
knew
he
about
said,
Tech Nine.
like, I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, he's naming very powerful musicians who have distinctive sounds. That's why I was like, is he going to say Kendrick? But he didn't. He jumped and said Hobson and Tech Nine.
I don't know about Hobson.
They are rappers and they're also choppers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Tech Nine got a track with M and Twista and American Chop. It's dope. You guys
Okay.
go check that one.
All right, I'm checking
But
it
like
out.
basically, like he found people who are similar styles, although they all unique.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
why
about to check out what's his name? Hopkins?
Hobson.
Hobson. I'm about to check him out.
like aspect of it as to how I saw myself, because even in my like you know discography so far, as the features, like I would do that too. I change the beat up a little bit for my own verse because
Yeah.
I hear something else like happening
Yeah.
with
Right.
like the sample that they got going on, and then that's what he did, and I just love that he did that. because
Right.
That's what
what
you
I
would
would
have done.
have.
That's what I do.
It's like the same
Right.
person. That's nuts. And I love that you mentioned Tech.
Evil
because
Twin.
Tech is the only other rapper that I've been a fan of that like can annihilate rock. And that's what you've been doing as well. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yo.
whatever
Yo,
gets in front of you.
That was
Take
foul.
on some metal like some like real death, like you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. If like he could go off with like the lyrics and stuff, like go back to the gang bang, it was like you know what I'm saying, like
My brother,
ooh, like
man.
that kind of the darkness in that dwelling,
Yeah,
you know, probably bring it out. Or something.
exactly.
Oh,
I like where his
That's-
mind goes.
Yeah.
I feel like there's this like big aura and presence like around me right now. And I'm trying to figure out who I'm sitting next to. 'Cause I don't know anymore.
I don't know anymore.
You just yesterday you dropped the deluxe version of,
Yes,
Duality
out nah.
out now. Extra songs on there. We got some new, some old.
Yep.
We got some hard. We got some sap. Like, we got it
Handpicked.
all.
Handpicked.
Hold on.
But
Say
not
that
just
again.
me.
Say that again. Say that again.
Handpicked.
By who?
Not just by me.
By who?
Not just by me.
You know who we talking
y'all
about.
think? Who's in the picture?
You know what he talking about. Hand picked, talk heavy.
Handpicked.
Mm.
Talk
Right,
shit.
right. He's I can talk so
Well,
heavy
you know,
now.
I
Like,
guess they saw up down and they wanted to go up and down with the easy meals. You feel what I was
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's just,
Talk
man,
your
I don't
shit.
know. That's $1 million
It's just
question
like
of the year.
you're living a dream that like no
$1
other
million
artist
question.
ever thought would be possible. Like, not to add pressure for you. Like,
Say
I
that.
Shit.
He's like, I'm gonna just keep it real with you.
no one else is in these shoes. No one else has had this experience. We can call Fiddy and like he might not. He might be like, no, that didn't happen. He's getting some good stuff in there.
Nah, I'm just honored to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
Even with Fifth, you feel me? Like,
That's
he's been a
crazy.
legend even for like us back in my.
I don't know why, but when they said that, I automatically seen Easy popping up in one of 50 Cent shows. Power or something.
Yeah, in my mind, I swear that's crazy. I
Something.
can't make this up. Like in my mind, it like why is in tune it drifts and thinks of things like that. Like, oh, I can see him as a character.
Because, you know, 50 Cent is a marketing genius, and he understands this kid is big in the Philippines, and he want to get his show in the Philippines.
And he's like got an animated personality. You can see it. You can see
actor.
it.
You see him acting. He remind me of my little brother. The more I say him watching, my little brother act just like him. It's just like looking at my little brother, just looking at him. It's just crazy, but
Right.
yeah,
Right.
he's definitely gonna be on something 50 Cent. And when you see it, you heard it on Trade TV first.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, bro. Like, for real, like, in terms of getting it out the mud and just, like,
Straight out the
swiping
mud, out the
there,
trunk.
like, you know, actually doing some in the street and, like, getting your ins and outs of, like, all of, like, the beefs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of us, like, looked up to how he was, because, like, even my uncle would be telling me, like, uy, ito si 50 Cent. Yun pa, parang pwede kang maging ganyan. Oh, yeah. Tay Dogs, naalala mo yun? Dun sa kwarto sa Jones? Yeah. Yeah, he would be, like, they would just be telling them. My cousin would be telling, like, yo, you kind of like a young Kendrick Lamar. I'm just honored to be in that conversation right
It's getting
now.
hot.
Damn
here.
right.
I'm feeling all that heat that you're bringing. Damn. Well, I mean, you kind of mentioned like the beef stuff, and I don't want to dive into beef, but I like 27 Bodies,
Yeah.
and you kind of bring in home on this
Yeah.
track, and to be able to talk about topics the way that you do, I feel like your vulnerability aspect, you feel more comfortable when you're rapping and singing in Tagalog. Is that safe to say? Because like
Yeah.
that, I mean, whenever you had tracks on there that were in Tagalog, like I felt like that's when the vulnerability, the emotions, and everything like really came out without any walls, anything.
Mhm.
So, 20.
Shouts out to him. This is a good interview. You could tell he really did his research before Easy came in there. He did thorough research. You could tell by the questions how he on top of all his music. So I'm glad he picked somebody that really know him in and out to ask some great questions. In case it'll be an interview with somebody who don't know you that well and they can't go into depth with
What's
the
your
question.
favorite color?
Like he's saying with instruments,
what I'm saying?
yeah, he's saying with instruments brought emotions out of him. So he was really like listening to his stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
27 Bodies, like being one of them, like, and 22 as well. Like, did you come into this trying to write these tracks, or were these tracks that you came into the session or writing and they just needed to get out and they just happened?
It's a mixture of both of those, man. Because like I've said, like in a lot of the songs that I've made, like come off as freestyles, definitely on the first line.
Yeah.
Because I build off of that. Because I make sure that what I'm writing as well is something what I would say. Like,
Right.
you know,
Makes sense.
in real life and kind of just vent towards. That's why it kind of melded into this just like outlet with back then in high school. I used to like kind of write some poems on some puppy. Well,
That's where the acoustic guitar came from.
Back then, whatever. So like kind of that kind of just meshed in with it, like you know the writing aspect, like
Yeah.
the poems, and then how they would like format into songs, like you know. And so with the Tagalog, it just, I never even, like, it feels liberating for me to be able to, like, you know, say the stuff I say on, like, on wax in Tagalog, and people, like, you know, see the translation and, you know, they cool with it.
Yeah.
They love it, like, they love the flow and, like, you know, just how, like, everything paces out, because I'm telling, like, some stuff that not a lot of people, like, talk about even in like in terms of like translated music or whatnot. And that's why I felt like even what you said, that don't put that on 2200, like that song, right when it came out, it went like charted on in India.
Damn.
You feel me? So
not even Philippines, like
I feel like it did that the same, but that was something that caught my eye because
Facts.
I feel like in terms of like third world poverty situations, like relating to that topic in terms of what I was talking about, like generally speaking,
Hit home.
that's
Yeah.
like
Resonated.
something that is so beautiful to see like happening for people to relate to what I was saying, like just worldwide.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable being vulnerable, like with English verses and English lyrics, or like does that feel harder for you to do?
I feel like it has its own challenges. That's why I feel like I can be a lot more I would say vague. Yeah, that's the word, vague in English, because that's why, like it's the way it is with Tagalog. If I speak in Tagalog, it's like with my peoples,
Yeah.
like that kind of like the little separate of that, but in itself, like appreciated, because in English, like I'll try to
his
talk about the
dialect.
things I talk about in Tagalog,
Yeah.
But it
It's
just
most-
wouldn't resonate. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
it wouldn't
Yeah.
resonate because I didn't grow up like speaking majority, like in majority English.
Yeah.
I'll try, but,
Right.
but like my parents would say I'd be like bilingual growing up,
Yeah.
but there's only so much things I can try to say in English, like in terms of dealing with like Pinoy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now with this
Facts.
deluxe, you gave us 4 new tracks.
Yes, sir.
What was that biggest challenge for you with these 4 tracks? Like, you
Uh,
have a bigger light in front of you now. Like,
Yeah, it's different. Pressure.
Bigger challenge. I don't know.
It's
Like
pressure.
there wasn't necessarily like a challenge, because it's beautiful for me to like witness, like doing something like this with my idol, and because it's something that I
Facts.
just been seeing him doing,
Yeah.
like the reloading, like the albums and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it's brilliant, bro. Like with all like the just little pieces of like.
But you know what I find fascinating about what he just said
What?
is the fact that people emulate an artist, they grow to them, you get to meet them, cool,
Yeah.
get to work with them even better.
Facts.
But he's working
Yeah. It's a difference.
with the model to him.
It's a difference.
Like the model of who he is who he's working with.
Yeah. Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's different. And he still seems like humbly mesmerized.
Yeah.
Like I know who this is, but I can't let that get in the way because I'm here because of this.
Yeah.
But still remembering I'm here.
Right.
I want to hear his.
That's like your dream wanting to make electric cars, then you end up working with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It's like that type
Yeah.
situation. You know
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It don't
Like
get no
he,
better than that.
even in his honesty and his transparency, because you can see he's still like, man, I'm working with, you know what I mean?
The big dogs.
I still can't envision what he's thinking because he's working with Eminem on such a level that it's like I'm eager to hear the produced album.
Yeah, the energy that comes off to me from him is this is what he expected. Like it's not really a surprise to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't seem surprised to me at all. Like I knew one day I was gonna be doing something major.
One way or another, this was gonna happen.
Facts.
Plus added onto like the package, because like if you've been like in the streets of like selling anything, like that's like the purpose of the re-up, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
to like add it a little bit more, like things, oh you probably like this,
Yeah.
and like and just selling in general, and it's just something dope that I'm happy to be doing with the OG.
Yeah.
Facts. The OG.
The OGs.
The
I wonder how they feel about him
you're
calling
hanging
him
out with
OG.
legends, you're working with
Eminem.
legends, you about to be a
Right.
legend. Like that's the truth right now. Like that's that I don't know if that's a problem or
Uh,
are you
I'm
ready
here
for this?
now.
I guess, but I like still like I don't know about like taking that into like, yeah, I'm a legend or whatever.
Yeah.
But
True.
I just feel like I'd love to live up to that
Expectations.
statement that people say I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause for me there's still be work to be done. Cause like I
Hell,
said,
it just started.
People gonna be envious of my beginnings.
Yeah.
Like, and it.
That's a bar.
He said that in the song. He said that in one of his songs that we reacted to. Like, people gonna be envious of my beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like from a real song. Like, so that's why he said it. Like, and then like this is before he got on though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it's gonna be crazy because people gonna be envious. Like you speak a lot of stuff into fruition. You feel what I'm saying? Like
especially things that you rhetorically kick out
that's why he went back to that bar.
or repeatedly kick out.
That's why he went back to that bar because he was saying, like I said, he's not surprised. He always knew what he was gonna do. You could just tell how he carried himself.
Right.
Even that's why he brought that bar up. Like I was telling you, I was gonna be envious of my beginnings. You feel what I'm saying? So that's cool.
He was on his chem shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time.
That's it.
People gonna be envious of my beginnings.
Yeah.
Like, and it's still the beginning. That's why I said that on
Yeah.
the hook too, cause like people kept saying like something was about to happen, like some or whatever, and then like, yeah, this is just the beginning, bro. Get
Facts.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
ready. Yeah, I just said it.
That's the
already.
truth. That's the truth. I love that M catered to this. Like he chose the tracks on this deluxe as well.
Yeah.
That's so wild. Like them
Yeah.
first to
So that's
last
wild.
into it all.
Man.
Ed Easy going millions, bro. Like he went back to
That's-
Act 1.
That's the thing. Like he went through your discography. Like, I mean, like, did you point any of these out to
He's
him?
like,
Like, were
mind
these
blown.
like, hey, you know, M, like, I love these tracks, and you should check them
Mind
out, or
blown.
was this like on his own will that was just like,
He really listened
yo,
to all
Easy, I
my
checked
shit.
these
He
tracks
was in
out.
a mansion. Telling my
Something like
stuff.
that,
Yeah.
something like that, because you know, it would just be back and forth in terms of discussing like what we do for the next runs.
Yeah.
And they checked out some of the tracks, and we would just be like,
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
That's what you want.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Facts. Yes, right.
Hearing from him.
Right. Facts.
Yeah. So yeah, handpicked.
That part.
Go get it right now.
Yeah, and I was excited at first.
Go
and last
get
was
it.
on there. Like, not a track that I would have
That's
expected.
a
him
hard
to
bar
pick,
too.
but
Handpicked.
I'm like, you know, emo Rob is like
Talking
all
heavy.
in on it.
They gonna be envious
they
of my
gotta feel
beginnings.
it. They gotta feel it.
So yeah, like, you know, talk to me about that. Did you change anything up for this album, like for these tracks that you brought back?
Not necessarily, no, because what was amazing about it is like the 4 tracks that were like, you know, for the Redux, like the 4, like they were just right at the top.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So
Yeah.
you got Podium,
We got Coin.
The Long Run, and Realist.
Yeah.
And even if you listen to those flowing into 27 bodies with the Redux,
Mm.
even if you listen to the original version of Duality, it's the same. It can flow. It flows just beautifully.
Yeah.
Which I feel is like a blessing.
Right.
Because like even the 4, thematically, it went right into 27 bodies. So y'all should just go check it out. Because these
Definitely.
songs, Long Run, yeah, For the Brotherhood. Coins,
Mm.
yep, we got Eminem on that one. Podium, produced by Michael Boss
We
himself.
reacted to
We
Podium.
got Realist
Mhm.
with none other than the GOAT. So y'all should go check that out.
The GOAT.
Crazy. Crazy. Well, I'm super excited for you. Your time is here, and you know I'm excited to see how much further you're gonna get into this. And you know it's a new beginning for you. You've been doing this for some time, but it's like a new beginning. It's the resurrection of
Slap.
of the evil Eminem twin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
resurrection.
tell you did.
Yeah. So to close this out, man, like I'm curious, when and why did Slash Mouth come about?
Yeah, drop out of college and you go through some stuff that made you just want to be someone else.
Yeah.
So, I guess from second semester college, so I would be probably 16, 15. Yeah, was about that time.
Hmm.
And then he just sprung out of the blue. Much needed though,
Yeah.
because some work needed to be done that I would say Ezekiel couldn't handle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Split
Like
personality.
James. That's dope. That's dope, and I love that we still see him on the credits.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get his Instagram back for real. I don't know what, but I gotta hit up the Instagram CEOs.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get like a pass for like slashies? Like, you know, I've been trying to hit him up for a long time. I'm
Make it
put
happen.
out here.
I'm sure they know who you are now.
I hope you all do. Slashies like, you know, a little hurt.
Easy, thank you so much for inviting me to your house. I'm super excited to finally be talking to you. Congratulations with everything, man. I'm super excited. I got sweaty. I'm sorry. I'm hanging out with heat right here.
Right.
So it's just happening. New album, Duality Redux is out now. Realist is out now, featuring
Eminem.
Whew, crazy.
Check
it out. Thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.
Whoa.
Let's get it. It's Trey TV. Let's get it.
This is Lamar Wilson here representing Ghetto Action News Network _, all lower cases.
No spaces.
And you can find us on Facebook. Make sure you hit that like button. And when you hit the page, scroll down, find something you like, and then type in there some comments and share. Bring somebody back with you. All right, I'm going to get right into this. This is an easy meal interview. It was pretty dope. This was
Facts.
a great interviewer.
Facts. Interviewer.
Great questions, great interaction. Learned some things along the way. Very entertaining. What do you think?
I think the same thing you thought. I thought was real entertaining. Learn a couple of things about Easy that I didn't know, which is always good. That's why we do stuff like this, actually learn stuff about the artist so we can just know more about them. And I just like how he just sit there and act so normal. And I like that he's sitting there. You could tell that he's being himself. He's not trying to pretend to be something. He's not trying to be politically correct and sitting there. He's like, no, I'm letting you see my personality, and you can really see his personality in this one. And I thought that was dope. And until our next Easy Meal reaction, it's your boy Trey TV, and I'm out.